Namaste everyone. Hope you all are doing wonderful. In today's video, I will be talking about the difference between the two indigenous systems of medicine, Siddha and Ayurveda. This has been a long time request from our viewers and from our readers' side. So basically, I'll be speaking about the medicine and the treatment aspect. That is what the common people would like to know. So let's begin. When we talk about the various types of medicine in both the medical systems, the source of medicine remains the same. First, the source is the herbal side section. Second is the metal and mineral preparations, and third is the animal preparation. So let's discuss about the herbal side first, and that is the reason, one of the reason why most people gets confused because of the herbal tagline which both the system has. But the doctors or the physician of both the system can understand that they are a lot different from each other. For instance, the arishtams and kashayams used in Ayurveda. Actually, arishtams and kashayams are in the form of liquid, which has a longer shelf life. It is a herbal mix in the liquid form. Such a medicine is not seen in Siddha system. So in Siddha system, we have Kudinir Churnam, which is actually a dried powder of herbs, which is in a crude form. Okay, and that is to be boiled in water to a certain ratio and consumed. The shelf life is only 3 hours. So we don't, in Siddha, we don't have any sort of liquid medicines, which is actually seen in Ayurveda. Churnam or herbal powders are a part of both medical systems, but the classical preparations of both the medical system, which has churnam, is different, and there are lots of preparations which are different from each other, and very few medicines which have similar names. For instance, Talisadi Churnam, which is in Siddha and as well as in Ayurveda, but the Talisadi Churnam in Siddha doesn't have the same ingredients which is actually said in the Talisadi Churnam of Ayurveda. So even though the name looks similar, but they are different from each other. Similarly, there is another medicine called Vadagam, which is actually in the form of pill or in the form of granules in Ayurveda. But in Siddha, the same Vadagam is seen a bit different, in a different way. It is made by a special process called Pittavial process, and it looks like a pill, but it is a little flatter and bigger than the usual pill or matre which we see in Siddha. So even the name looks similar, but the preparation and the ingredients are a lot different from each other. When we talk about the metal and mineral section, in Siddha, the use of metals and minerals are predominant when compared to Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, the use of metals and minerals have limited intervention. There are preparations in Ayurveda also in metals and minerals section, but in Siddha you can see a wider range of medicines. So in today in Western medicine also, chemicals like arsenic, metals like platinum and mercury, etc. are used in treatment of higher ailments like cancer. Alchemy is one of the speciality or special feature of Siddha, and the use of these metals and minerals which the modern science uses today was mentioned by our Siddhas in the literatures thousands of years ago against cancer. One of the brilliant examples of Siddha alchemy is the Palinimalai Murugan temple, the idol which was created by Bogar Siddhar, and with the help of Nava Pashanam or 9 toxic substances, and that was converted into a medicine with the use of herbal juices and extracts. And that is what the idol is made of. So when the Abhishekam or the Panchamritam is poured over the idol, the nanoparticles of the Nava Pashanam gets mixed with this Abhishekam or the Panchamritam, and it was offered to the people for a long time. The thing is followed and it is offered to the people so that they could get the benefits of this divine medical system. Siddha is identified with Dravidian culture, and it is actually the mode of instruction is in Tamil. The literatures are written in Tamil. So most of the people think that Siddha is only confined to Tamil Nadu. Actually, the courses offered, medical colleges which offer Siddha courses are located in Tamil Nadu and now in Kerala also. But when you look into the traditional history of Siddha, actually the entire South India, including the states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Telangana, those places also have traditional Siddha practitioners even today. Also in abroad, like in Tamil speaking countries, especially Singapore, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, you can find Siddha treatment places. Regarding Ayurveda, The mode of instruction in Ayurveda is Sanskrit, and that is one of the reasons why it easily flourished and established all over India as well as globally. When we talk about the three humoral theories, the terms like Vada, Pitta and Kabha in Ayurveda seem similar to the terms like Vadam, Pittam and Kabham in Siddha. But when we look in the ancient Siddha texts, for example, the Tirukural written by Siddhar Tiruvalluvar, verses 941 says, Meginum Kureinum Noisayum Nulor Vali Mudala Enniya Mundru, which means the derangement of Vali, Aral and Ayam. Those were the terms used for the three humors, and the imbalance of these three humors can cause disease in a person. That is what the verses explains. That means if there is a increase and decrease in these three humors, that can lead to diseases in a person. So those words in ancient texts were marked as Vali, Aral and Ayam. Slowly with time, to make it less complex, and when the Siddha text evolved to modern world, the terms were actually changed into Vadam, Pittam and Kabham, and you can see that both these terms are used in the modern text of Siddha. According to the three humoral theory, when you take the entire life of a person, it is divided into three phases in both Siddha and Ayurveda. So the first stage is the childhood stage, the second stage is the adulthood, and the third stage is the old age. So in both the system of medicines, it says that one particular humor dominates in a particular stage of life. In Siddha, it says that in the first stage or the childhood stage, the Vada dominates. In the adulthood, the Pitta dominates, and in the old age, the Kabha dominates. Whereas in Ayurveda, it's the reverse theory. In the childhood, the Kabha dominates. In the adulthood, the Pitta dominates, and in the old age, the Vada dominates. So this is a reverse concept in both the systems. That's why the concepts are a bit different in both the medical systems. Nadi Pariksha or pulse diagnosis is one of the most important tool of diagnosing a disease in Siddha. It is well explained in Nadi Pariksha. The pulse reading is done in the radial artery with the help of three fingers: index finger, middle finger and ring finger. It is placed in a place where the reading can be done. And whenever you visit a Siddha physician, this is a prime tool which the physician will use for diagnosing your condition. In Ayurveda also, Nadi is about and about pulse. It's mentioned in later texts, but Ayurveda believes that Nadi helps to know about the flow of prana in a person's body rather than taking it into a diagnostic approach. So this is how the Nadi diagnosis or Nadi concept differs in both Siddha and Ayurveda. The concept of Panchakarma, which is a part of Ayurveda, doesn't exist in Siddha, and Panchakarma comprises of 5 Kriya or 5 type of therapies which can be administered in one person, in a single person. All these 5 therapies can be administered. That comprises of Vireshanam, Nasyam, Vamanam, Vasti as well as Raktamodam. But out of these, the 3, Vireshanam, Nasyam and Vamanam, is actually given in Siddha, but only according to the Nadi of the person, the type of treatment is administered. Not all the 3, depending on the Nadi and the diagnosis, any one treatment, like for example, if the person's Vada is high, then the person will be given Vireshanam or purgation therapy before starting the treatment. So such a concept of a collection of 5 treatment to a single person is not seen in Siddha system of medicine. So when we talk about the external treatments done in both the medical system, they are a lot different from each other. In Siddha, there is a 9-step procedure called Tokkanam, and in one of the step there is Varmam involved. Varmam is actually not like Reiki or acupressure. It is actually related to your Nadi and the vital force of the body. And according to Agasthyar, the Varmam is again divided into several types, like Padu Varmam, Todu Varmam, Tattu Varmam, Tadu Varmam, Noku Varmam, like that. So most of the people think that it is a drugless therapy and there is no medicines involved, only the physical manipulation is done. Actually, Varma involves a lot of medicines also, and medicines are given along with the physical treatment. So that is how the whole Varma therapy is actually done. So many ashrams, if you move from Trivandrum to Kanyakumari side, you can see that there are many ashrams who are practicing Siddha Vaidyam, and they are actually experts in Varma Kalai. So there are Varma, Adangal Muraigal, and there are lots of and procedures involved in this Varma therapy, and they have been specialized in doing this Varma treatment for a long, for ages. Like they have been practicing it in their family for a long time. And in our Ashan also has written a book on Varma science, like it's called Agasthyar Siddha Vaidya Vijnana Kosham Varma Chigilsa, and it's in Malayalam. Though it's in Malayalam, when you read the verses, what he says is that he has written it from the directly from the palm manuscripts, and he says that it was actually rewritten from one generation to another. These palm manuscripts were made simpler. So the first palm manuscripts were actually in Sen Tamil. It's a type of Tamil, and when it passed through different generations, the format of the Varma teachings became lighter and easier. And in the final text which he wrote, when you read the verses of Agasthyar, it's almost have a Tamil essence with Siddha. So you can, though it's written in Malayalam. So that is the speciality of that book. Ayurveda, as I said, they have their own treatment techniques like Panchakarmam. They have their own massage techniques. They have different procedures of treatment like Dhara, Lepam, Vasti, like that. There are so many procedures involved in Ayurveda. And there is use of Marmam in Ayurveda, which we call Varmam, but it is a lot different from the Ayurveda concept of Marmam, because there is a limited intervention. And also this Marmam is actually more involved in defense techniques like Kalari Paita than in the therapeutical techniques of Ayurveda. So that is the basic difference. In Siddha you will find whole lot of Varma into it, whereas in Ayurveda they have a lot different procedures and very limited intervention of Marma into it. When we talk about the mythological history behind both the medical system, Siddha is regarded as the Shiva Sampradayam medical science, because it came from Lord Shiva and finally it reached through different deities, it reached to Agastya Siddhar. And Ayurveda is regarded as Brahma Sampradaya medical science, because it started from Brahma, Lord Brahma, and it finally reached to Bharadwaj Muni. God Dhanvantari is regarded as the god of Ayurveda. With this we come to the end of our video. See, what I believe is in Arogya, whether it is Siddha, Ayurveda or allopathy, the person should be healthy, and that should be the criteria. Our Indian systems of medicine is no doubt a treasure to the mankind, and it should be cherished always. If you like this video, do support us by following us on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.